You will notice in your manual, pages 3 and 4, the normal security concerns. Obviously, you don't want to connect something electrical inside the bathtub. No, vinyl does not sound better inside the swimming pool. But, you know, disclaimers. Be careful, like with any electronics. All right. In addition to the small tools that I mentioned earlier, it is important to have a little bubble level, a small flashlight, and even with my glasses, I still like to have a little magnifying glass. These will be helpful to you. All right, it's important to check the level of the surface where you will be installing your turntable. But right now, if you're in a more open and well illuminated area, which is not usually the place where you'll be using the turntable, then still make sure that it's level, because you have different sections, and I'll explain. For one thing, your platter is an excellent reference for level. Whether you have the bigger, the smaller level, okay? You want to make sure that it's level in different planes. By that I mean left to right, front to back, even diagonally. That is important. The platter is going to be one point of reference. The other point of reference is the base on which the entire unipivot assembly for the tone arm rests. That also has to be level. That is where this kind of bubble level comes in handy, because it's nice and small, fits right in place in different points. On the sides, in the back part of the base, and those 3 reference points will show you whether or not it's level. If it is, which is probably the case, nothing else to do with the base. If it is not, then you have an Allen key like this, or wrench. You can slightly tighten or loosen them because there's a spring underneath which will raise or lower the platform. A very, very small adjustment at a time gives you the interaction. I do that while keeping the level in place, and I can watch as the adjustment occurs. That's only if necessary. Usually not, but it's easy, and you can see how that's done also in the manual. Now, on your manual, page 5, you will have the initial setup instructions that I've already mentioned regarding the ceramic ball bearing, the spindle, and the platter. Regarding leveling, which is on page 6 of your manual, you have a tool which can be something like this small Allen wrench, so that you can go underneath the turntable and you can insert into the tip, which has orifices, allowing you to turn one way or the other. I've already leveled mine, so I'm not going to move it. That's one cone, and the other one is right behind this section right here. You can just lift like this firmly, no worries about tilting. You install, which you won't be able to see at this point, but same thing, just like with a screw, either up or down to adjust. And that's something that will allow you to make the fine adjustments, interacting with each other to achieve the level that you need to be spot on. The motor assembly is completely isolated, and it should also rest directly on a very hard, dense platform for your turntable, because that will transfer energy away from the motor and turntable chassis to minimize or avoid induction of resonance. So it is very important that that rests nice and flat. That is not adjusted in height. All right, now, the next issue that we have to consider is the setting of your tone arm and the cartridge, and we'll do that in the next section.